President Kufuor has reopened the Obuasi AngloGold Ashanti mine, which has been closed since 2016 following a violent incursion by the company's concession by Kalamseyas. Latif Idriso is on the ground for us. Let's go over there right now and hear from the president who spoke a while ago.
Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, ministers and deputy ministers of state, members of parliament for Obuasi West and Obuasi East, members of parliament, chairperson of the Minerals Commission, municipal chief executive for Obuasi West, district chief executive for Obuasi East, the managing director, management and staff of AngloGold Ashanti Company Limited, Adasehima, the Nanam of the Adansi Traditional Council, paramount chiefs and other traditional rulers present, Sarakin Zongo, chief imam and members of the Zongo community, excellencies, members of the diplomatic corps, fellow Ghanaians, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very happy to be here in Obuasi this afternoon, especially with the majestic presence of the Asantehene, Otufoɔ Osei Tutu II, at the official launch of the Obuasi Mine Redevelopment Project. You may recall that on Friday, 15th July 2016, then as presidential candidate of the new Patriotic Party for the 2016 election, I came to Obuasi and interacted with the chiefs and people here. Their primary concerns were the unprecedented levels of hardship occasioned largely by the close of the Obuasi and AngloGold Ashanti mine and the devastating impact the closure was having on the livelihoods of residents and businesses. In my remarks, I stated, and I quote, "I'm going to use every strength, every connection of mine in the world of business to ensure that the AngloGold Ashanti mine is reopened and strengthened so as to bring life back to Obuasi. I will never give a promise I cannot keep," unquote. Obuasi, like the rest of the country, voted massively for me and the new Patriotic Party in the 2016 election. And I'm delighted to be back here this afternoon to redeem the promise I made to you concerning the reopening of the Obuasi mine. When I make a promise, I keep it. Upon my assumption of office, a series of discussions and negotiations took place, the end result being the redevelopment project of the Obuasi mine, which has been effectively closed since 2014. In order to help AngloGold Ashanti secure the needed investment for the project, government had to provide a number of fiscal incentives and guarantee the stability of the project against changes in the legal environment, especially in the early years of the mine's operations. It is expected that all the agreements reached, including the vigorous implementation of domestic content policy, will be scrupulously honored and performed. The initial investment in the redevelopment project is $881 million United States dollars, with a total investment of $1.6 billion United States dollars projected for the entire 22-year life of the mine. The whole incentive package and investment have been approved by Parliament. I commend the Deputy Minister for Finance and Member of Parliament for Obuasi West, the Honorable Kwaku Kwarteng, Member of Parliament for Obuasi East, the Honorable Dr. Bwachi Municipal Chief Executive for Obuasi West, Elijah Dansi Bona. District Chief Executive for Obuasi East, Faustina Emisa. And the Adansihine, Anna Bonsra Efriye II, and an item of the Adansi Traditional Council for the various roles you have played to make the redevelopment of the mine possible. Obuasi.
That is President Akufo-Addo there speaking in Obuasi at the reopening of the AngloGold Ashanti. You know about that gold firm that had to close down in 2016 because of a few issues that they had with encroachers. Well, this afternoon, as you saw there, it's been reopened. The president is promising this is going to create jobs for the people who live in this area, whose lives most of the time are impacted by activities of mining. Latif Idris is a man on the ground. Let's get to him and get some more from there. Hello, Latif. What more do we know?
Hello. Yeah, what we know now is that the president, Dr. Akufo-Addo, has mentioned that never in the history of Ghana would AngloGold Ashanti would be closed like it happened back in 2016. He says he's putting in place measures to ensure that what visited the country that brought hard economic difficulties to the people of Obuasi and by extension the Ashanti region and the country does not happen again. He's made some promises to the Obuasi community. You know, one of the major issues the people of Obuasi have has to do with the road network in the area. Today the president, he broke the news essentially telling them that contract to the Obuasi Anyan Kwanta road has been given to contract and that construction is already in progress, according to the president. The president, in his speech, gave credit to two members of parliament within this enclave, Honorable Kwaku Kwarteng and Dr. Bwachi Adom. So I have the two of them here. I would want to start with Honorable Kwaku Kwarteng. How was the impact of the closure of AngloGold Ashanti to the economic fiber of Obuasi?
Well, the impact was particularly adverse. To begin with, when you have a mine such as AGA, companies come here to work with the mine. And when they come, they provide employment opportunities for the people of Obuasi. The resources that come to the people here will be used to purchase the things that we need from the market. What the closure meant was that many of these companies folded up. The hotels that hosted these guests to Obuasi lost their business. The purchasing power of the community generally went down, and it impacted our market women because people were not coming to buy from them. And that is why...
And the men were out of business.
And our market men and women. Now, in the course of the election, therefore, we recognized that the closure of AGA was an important issue for we in Obuasi, and therefore we floated it as a key campaign issue that the NDC had to tell us what their plans in respect of the AGA closure was, and that our plan is that if we got elected, we would grant the concessions that the company needed and provide the relief that they needed in order that investors would be happy to invest in the company and see this revival. That was our strategy. We advertised it, we did billboards and put it on it that vote NPP to revive AGA. We are happy that the people of Obuasi retain not just myself and my colleague, Member of Parliament, but also voted massively for Nana Danko Akufo-Addo. Today, I am delighted that we are able to tell the people of Obuasi that we have kept faith with them, that we promised and we have delivered.
Thank you very much, Honorable. Let's come to Dr. Bwachi Adom. The president today went back to the campaign speech in 2016 during the electioneering years. He went back, brought back some of the speeches. Yes, indeed, he has delivered on the promise he made to the people of Obuasi. Otumfo
the negative impact of closure, you marvel. The whole Obuasi life in Obuasi was down. Businesses had collapsed. Marriages were broken. Men left the town to seek greener pastures elsewhere. And life was uncomfortable. If I should tell you what we've gone through the past 4 years, my brother, you will not like it. Most towns become ghost towns after mining companies close down. Thank God, Obuasi mine is back. Courtesy the president and the government, the hardworking MPs around, not only myself and my colleague Kwaku Kwati, but the other MPs like Honorable Emmanuel Akwasi Jamfi, Honorable Siama, Honorable Joe Wise, they all contributed to see this project come on. So the impact was so bad, and you can see there's all happiness in the faces of people.
2,500 direct jobs to be created here.
Yeah.
How are you working as a member of parliament to get local content, if you understand local content, to get your own people, I mean, recruited here at AngloGold? That is those who have the skill to.
My brother, that is why the government made sure that as part of the agreement, we entrench the local content policy strongly. Yeah. You remember Honorable Peter Mewu's time. We made sure we emphasize on the local policy, and that is what we are going to make sure that the company go by its. You've had several. We're going to make sure that.
So, Honorable Kwatin is gone. So the president also mentioned, or the MD of AngloGold Ashanti said that we should expect the first gold by the end of 2019. What does that mean to the people of Obuasi?
You could realize the applause following that announcement. In fact, it's good news that Obuasi is to revive the company. And we've done so, and we've done so well that we are going to see gold again in 2019. That is all the prayers of every Obuasi citizen.
One of the reasons why the company was, closed down was to the effect that we had illegal miners encroaching on the concession of AngloGold Ashanti. How is that going to play up, this time around?
My brother, we've done a lot of education. We all know the negative impact of the closure. We want the youth to get employment now. So we've started the education. And you see, as I'm telling you, with discussion from the manager, they are now going to employ modern technology to track people who go to the mine illegally, even including workers who may go astray. We used to have workers who connive with the intruders and steal from the company. Now they are going to be trackers in the helmets, and it will track the movement of every worker underground. People will be monitoring from the screens and track every movement of every worker underground, so that we make sure that we keep the mine safe. The mine can be in operation for the next 20 years for our future generations to come and enjoy.
Thank you very much. So, Gifty, you just heard from the two members of parliament within this enclave. It's joy and jollity here with the people of Obuasi. It was cheers when the president made the announcement and about the road specifically. And today, after 2 years of closure, the AngloGold Ashanti mine has reopened, and work is expected to kickstart. And by the end of 2019, we should expect the first gold from AngloGold Ashanti after 2 years of closure. Back to you, Gifty.
Latif Idrisu, our man on the ground there, coming to us live from Obuasi. It's actually coming to us from AngloGold Ashanti, which has just been reopened. Good news for the community, but of course the conversation should go on. How and why is the community not benefiting from the gold that is on their land? And that's a conversation that we'll continue to have until that development is seen there.